Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're starting off our video on what I call the Salt Lake City Y. More details coming up on that later. Anyways, the first train of the day is a Utah Railway local, more commonly known as Rut 311 by Holy shiz, it's windy. And then after a bit of waiting, the train comes back for more, most likely for switching duties or whatever. But the only group of people that I know that can truly know that one for a fact is none other than... Alright, great. Now with that pain in the ass out of the way, I can finally get on to the camera videos. Our first train on the list of millions of these things is a northbound frontrunner being led by MP36 3C number 10. Next up, we have a southbound being led by cab car number 103. Yes, this is the only cab car in Frontrunner's entire fleet, or at least for now, that has what's called an Icky Rail E-Bell. Details on those later. Followed by a dude in an electric scooter who seemed to be way too close to the tracks. And as for now, we have Rut 311 coming by again for the final time, mainly due to much more work ahead of it in Woods Cross Lead. Now welcome, much more details coming your way. 2002 is an XSP locomotive built in the 60s as a GP35R, originally numbered 7484. It was brought to the Utah Railway in the mid-90s, and has worked revenue freight and switching service ever since. Yet another train heads northbound to Ogden, being led by Loco 20. And just as expected, a southbound front-runner train leaves North Temple bound to terminate in Salt Lake City, being led by cab car number 120. Yet another northbound, being led by MP36 number 1. And now we have yet another southbound frontrunner being led by cab car number 106, and since my camera is facing the opposite direction, we shall get a phone clip for this one. So, as you can clearly see, after waiting a bit more for any other trains besides a frontrunner, I decided to say f*** it and go over to a different crossing. And the clip that you're about to see is a clear statement that I accidentally left my lens cover on. have a bunch of things to say, including how extremely horrible this tripod is. Gee. Anyway, with how cold and windy it was over there for both me and my equipment to barely even handle, I decided to this time stop by Salt Lake Central to make a very depressing attempt to see a freight train. And whoop-de-doo, it actually worked. And the train that you see at the right of your screen is a random intermodal train that I still don't have the code of, being led by SD70 Ace number 8414. You hear that? You were this close, 6 o'clock! Alright, now that that's out of the way, I present to you all a southbound frontrunner, southbound being led by, why do I even say this anymore? Cab car number 117. After that train, I got extremely bored and impatient trying to wait for another one, so I was just like, hey, why don't I go back to the crossing I started off with? And that's exactly what I did. Man, that horn's on some Sunrail type shit. You know, I feel like UTA should just take all of Amtrak's money just to make their horns better. Now, don't get me wrong, most of the cab cars sound great. So the next train that we have is a northbound frontrunner being led by MP36, you guessed it, 16. Now with that train out of the way, we have a final southbound being led by cab car number 114. And that marks the final train of this video. Stay tuned for more content like this and Railfanning by Phone Episode 2. I hope you enjoyed and thanks for watching.